trying to remember the code.
I got to start bringing the code book with me, even though it's not really germane to what we're doing. But anything that's less than 4, you're okay.
Well, it's not our issue.
No, it's not. In terms of building code, it's not.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
We have a last minute application. It's for the retaining wall. It's for retaining wall. They're running it parallel to the driveway. And they're going to put brick patio in the home. It just wasn't in the path.
Okay, so it's the first large house here? The
It's
first
this
single
one.
family?
It's this one.
So this is right behind that excavator's house.
Yeah. Okay,
what's it like? And now this is face west, so you might be one face west or something, you would be able to see it.
Well,
Exactly.
But it comes time to this one.
we have no guarantee that East West will be Pace West for more than a couple of months.
Because we have 2 days west of schools, and they've changed location.
Oh, the new voting? Yeah.
Yeah, the new school is also paced west, and I'm like, this is going to be a nightmare.
So is that where our voting is?
Yeah, the new Pace West is our precinct, is our.
Yeah, but if they don't get in, it's not going to happen probably before November. Unless somebody gets their tail gear. But it'll just be confusing because it's 2 pace west. Went to my one of the training sessions a couple weeks ago.
Well said. Okay. I guess we'll call to order this meeting, September 18th, 2013, for the ARB. I guess we'll start with citizens' time. Anybody out there?
We need roll call.
Roll call.
Here.
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 Looking at the agenda.
Right.
Okay.
And can we make a change in the agenda to move the zoning permit application to be the first thing? Since we have a citizen here.
Yes, we can do that.
That was a form of a motion. I will second that.
I make a motion to move directly to consideration of the zoning of our single application tonight.
Amend to include the application and focus on it first. Second, a motion to second. I guess we got to vote on that. Yeah. All in favor of adjusting the schedule?
Aye.
Aye. Any noes? No. Okay, we're good. Then I guess first I want to hit citizens' time just to knock that off.
Okay.
But there's no one here to speak, right? Okay. So we'll move on to the adjusted schedule and hit the zoning permit application.
I move to approve zoning permit number ZPZ0130918 for the build of a retaining wall at 6710 Blake Drive.
Second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. It's up for discussion. Okay.
No questions? Awesome.
The only discussion I have is the retaining wall section described as cinder block.
It's matching material.
Well, is the wall going to be painted, or is it just going to be raw cinder block?
It's going to be painted black like the backside. Do I need to stand up?
No.
No, it doesn't matter.
So you're saying painted black?
Well, the backside that's already there is black, the cinder block, so once I get it up, I'll paint it black, look to match the backside.
Yeah, you can see the wall in the back.
The existing structure. I hadn't seen that yet.
See used to be an old carport there. And it was falling apart.
So you're just basically renovating all of that space, and you're going to put pavers down?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Just put a little thing separating the driveway from it.
Right.
Oh, I see. So you're just extending an existing wall, basically.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a little L-shaped wall right now, and you're just going to extend
Like an L shape.
that L
Yeah.
straight on out.
And then finish the
The patio.
patio out to it,
Understood.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. That's 14 feet, okay.
Because when I bought the house, it was like a carport there, and it was rotten, so we pulled it down.
Okay.
So we just figured we'd make a patio there. I didn't know I was supposed to go do all this before I started, so I apologize.
That's fine. It happens all the time.
Yeah. Now, just that, I mean, would it, wish I had a little bit better picture, but I don't know, would it be better to, I mean, would it be out of the question to paint it white to match the house? I mean, I know, you have the existing L shape that is black.
Well, it wouldn't be out of the question when you paint white. I like to paint.
Paint whatever you want.
Might make it a little more,
No, I love
So
to paint.
what they're doing is building on this side.
right.
If I can paint the black one white and that side white if you like. I mean, I'm not hard to get along with.
And what are you capping the retaining wall with? I didn't, it might be in here, I didn't see it.
So,
What do you
Capping,
get, the
what
top
are you
of
putting
it?
the top of it, yes?
The flat block at the top of it.
Are those the pavers that, are they gonna be the pavers that you're using underneath? You're gonna
Or
use
just the
those
flat
to
gray
put on
cinder
top?
block?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Is it going to be, so on top of the wall, are you going to use the solid gray cinder block or the red
Yeah.
paver? Solid
Yes,
cinder,
sir.
okay, so it's going to match.
Yeah, like it's
Okay.
on the backside, yes, sir. And then it's gonna be concrete, you know,
Okay.
patio.
So, instead of the hollow, CMU, right, they'll have a solid one on top, okay.
Anybody have any other questions? Or?
No, I mean, it matches what's there.
Matches the existing
It's
structure.
kind of,
Yeah. That's it. Leave it black, it's gonna match what it is.
Yeah.
It looks like the shutters and things like that are a dark color as well, and that'll contrast nicely.
what, I mean, do you care if she paints it white, black or
I
white?
don't care.
Okay.
Either
Or
one
work,
will work.
well, she likes to paint, before work for her to redo the entire what's already there into white.
Yeah, you're painting part of it, you also just paint that.
Okay, so do I have any changes then, or since we are talking about white, black?
I'd like to see it white myself, but it's, you know, I guess there's precedent for it to be black.
I would say homeowner discretion, black or white.
I don't know, I just think it would be a little nicer space myself, you know, for you using, you know, I mean, are you going to be parking on those pavers, or
No,
is that
sir,
a
it's gonna be a
patio?
patio.
In my opinion, I would think that a white patio would be a little more inviting space.
To match
black
the
one.
blocks.
Yeah, than a black one, but I guess
It's a
that
good
is
idea.
personal space, so.
But again, yeah, that's more of a, it's not one that we
Yeah.
can.
That we can
really make. So, I
enforce.
mean, I would say black or white,
Right.
you know, it's not like you can do nice chartreuse pink or something.
Yeah, I just
you
think
know.
it'd be nice space. It'd be more fun to be out there.
Okay.
So what I'd like to do, though, is there isn't a mention of color in here, so I'd like to get that in here.
Yeah, I'll
So, can I get
revise the
a-
motion for zoning permit CTZ 0130918 for the approval of the retaining wall, working on the height as stated in the color of black or white, ownership, black or white.
Okay.
Second.
Second that. Okay, I guess we're done. We'll vote on this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No.
You're done.
Okay.
Thank y'all very much, and it's nice meeting y'all. I've been here for 10 years, and it's the first year I've met y'all. So thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Then I started, finish starting it tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I apologize for starting it without coming to y'all first. I'll remember that next time.
All good. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
And we're finishing that, I'll go ahead and I'll make the motion to approve the minutes for the ARB regular meeting, August 21, 2013.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion and a second. Any corrections that need to be discussed? Okay, then I guess we'll go for a vote. Approval of minutes, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we get to move on to the next thing.
Ken,
Yes.
you moved on to 6A since Holly.
Okay, yeah. We'll move to let Holly speak, and then we'll deal with old business and stuff.
I just wanted to let you all know that there was a follow-up aesthetics meeting at VDOT for the I-66 Route 15 interchange project. And at that meeting, VDOT said that they will use powder-coated colored guardrail along Route 15. That was at the request of going through Hollow Ground. Right now, they are considering using a brown-colored guardrail and brown-colored bridge railings and brown-colored bridge railings to match the guardrail, because the guardrail would lead into the bridge railings, and then have the green lamp posts and bridge fencing, because they agreed on the Old Carolina Road to use the green for the lamp post fencing and railings at the town's request. The other thing they mentioned, I had also put forward the request to put a Welcome to Haymarket sign on the flyover bridge. They are not able to provide that as part of that project. If they were going to do that as part of this project, we would have actually had to have given them the sign. VDOT staff strongly recommends we coordinate with Journey Through Hollowed Ground for any Welcome to Haymarket signs on Route 15. In addition, VDOT has prepared a conceptual landscaping plan that is also part of your agenda. Came with a lot of caveats. This plan is conceptual only. It does not make any representation on the actual number of plantings, so when you see all the circles, do not think that that's how many plantings you're going to get. It is, because this is a design-build contract, it is subject to change by the contractor. However, the VDOT landscape architect that developed this plan will review any changes the contractor proposes. What VDOT's actually planning on doing with this plan is to take this plan and develop a minimum types, numbers, species, and sizes that the contractor has to provide. And the other thing that they did is, while they used a lot of the Journey Through Hollowed Ground palette, they added some additional plantings that the Journey does not have in their palette, because they wanted to use some species that survive better in interstate environments. And not all the plantings, the Journey Through Hollowed Ground does that. Journey Through Hollowed Ground, by the way, was at this meeting as well. Just to let you know. Something else that VDOT said that they will do is provide decorative stamped medians along Route 15, where the median is too narrow to put landscaping. So instead of having a concrete top, they will use a stamped concrete. And right now what they're proposing is to use a stamped concrete to match our brick sidewalk. So it'd be like a red brick stamp on top. And as a follow-up, I don't have it in my notes here, they are still going to be providing the multicolored rock pattern, the multicolored rock pattern facades on the vertical bridge faces, and single color rock pattern facade on the sound walls that are part of this project. And just to let you know the status, the RFP is scheduled to be advertised this month, and construction is scheduled to begin in late 2014. In case you are interested, the I-66 widening project, we've already talked about that. This is not aesthetics. But that is supposed to be, begin construction later early 2014, and one of the first things that they're going to do is extend the off-ramp on 66 from 66 westbound. It's one of the first things they're going to do. So that's what that file.
They just said that the stone facade on the bridges are both east and west sides?
Yes,
of
it's any
it?
vertical faces.
Okay.
It's any of the vertical faces, and it's just like what we had already coordinated for the Old Carolina Bridge. And if you look at some of these renderings, you'll actually see they did a little rendering of the facade.
I've driven by and seen some of the bridges that have it on one side, but when you look in your rearview mirror, it's not on the other. And I was like, oh,
We
that's a
had said
question.
all vertical faces. I will just double check for you, though. I would assume it's all faces.
I did too. Until I saw a bridge that didn't, and I'm like, hey.
Now, the Jefferson Street Bridge, North Carolina, is that done with the widening?
That's under the widening, yes.
Okay.
It says Cat Harbor, which is not.
I can't remember, how far did they agree to extending the pathway?
The last thing that I heard is that they're going to take the Chargis path on the south down to the opposite side of Cheyenne Way. And on the north side, they're going to take it to where the private drive is, not the actual first street, but actually the private drive. And that is the last thing that I've heard.
Okay.
We actually, I worked with town council to do a reclassification of Old Carolina and Jefferson Street, and so did Prince William County. And that opened up additional federal funding for them in order to pay for that. As a matter of fact.
And is that walking path going to be on the east or west side?
On the Old Carolina Bridge, it is on the west side at the request of the town. And on the Route 15 I-66 bridge is on the east side.
Being that it is on the west side, that fence we used to approve for that lady last week, that L-shaped fence in between details for the home, that's going to interfere with that. And that's what I had said.
Well, yeah, well, she isn't going to put a fence along that, parallel to the road. She was just going to do the perpendicular piece.
There is a L piece that's on L Carolina. There's a piece on it.
They won't touch it, though. There's a buffer area there. And plus, the walkway is going to be on the east side.
No, the walkway is going to be on the west.
On the Old Carolina Bridge, it's on the west side. And that's on at the request of the town.
That's this side that we're
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But there's still a big enough buffer area that it doesn't.
And it's only extending up, it's not extending up onto the north far at all. It's only to where the first private drive is,
Yeah.
to where that
Well,
little.
she's on the south
Which
side.
I call
She's on the
Robinson.
southern side.
I always call that Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a private drive. Okay. Any more questions for Holly? Okay, thanks
Well,
for...
as far as that sign, or lack thereof, on the flyover, if you will. I'm sorry, since it hasn't started construction yet, could we furnish a sign? The town?
At this point in time, since the RFP is going out this month, I believe it's too late to do that, to be honest with you.
So we can't have
I'm not saying there can't be one, it just cannot
It's
be
at
part
our
of this
expense.
It cannot be
Yeah.
as part of this VDOT contract.
Yeah, it's at our expense.
Okay.
Put it up.
So it's not that you can't, and that's why they even said, we encourage you to coordinate with Journey Through Hollow Ground for any welcome to Haymarket signs along Route 15.
But we could put one, potentially, there on that overpass over top 15.
I'm not going to rule it out. It would be harder to get it on the flyover once the flyover is
That's
constructed.
what I think.
I'm not going to deny that either. It would probably have to be like an edge of road sign.
Never say can't.
I'm
We're
gonna
strong.
say, I kind of like the
Hey,
idea.
I don't want to say you can't. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I don't
You
ever
can.
want to say you can't. If you're asking me what my opinion is, I think it is highly unlikely at this point of getting anything on a flyer.
As part of that VDOT.
As part of
Yeah,
the
we
VDOT.
could.
Right.
Yeah, I think it probably could be done. Just have to
It can.
do it at nighttime.
No, it
Yeah.
can.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Holly.
Holly.
Thank you.
And please excuse me too, because I'm still suffering from a cold.
We would have never known.
Okay, well, we'll move on. Moving back to town council update, item 4. Any good news for us?
I have no update to the ARB at this time on anything.
How's the conversation about the parking lot for this property? Is it still
There
under discussion?
haven't been any.
Okay. That's one thing I'd like to see.
I know the contract, the bid for the museum was done, and for the restoration for like the storm damage and things like that, that was awarded. About it.
Okay. Any questions for Kat? Okay, we'll move on to Planning Commission update.
Nothing terribly new from the planning commission. We did go through first set of edits. They are by no means our final set, so we're moving through those as we go.
Edits of what?
This is, so we're supposed to be looking at a bunch of stuff. We're looking at the bylaws, which we didn't get to at all. Comp plan is coming up. Zoning text amendments follow. So there's a bunch of rewrites going on. And we took a look at the zoning. Really pretty much is all that we did. That's
Okay.
it.
Any more questions for Rob? Okay, we'll move on to back to old business. Item B, the task list. The only real item that's active at this time is the welcome sign bylaws, the Caboose Enhancement Project, and one other thing. The certified local government, all that's of course on hold until things get enacted upon to turn us on. Because I know if the certified local government comes into play, our bylaws will change drastically and we'll have to go on the bylaws. The welcome signs, I talked with Bud Krager just to establish communication again, since we pretty much took the summer off, or I took the summer off of trying to get some stuff together. He said, choose which sign package you would like to get some pricing on, and we'll start to get you a price quote to pass on to the town committee. So I'd like to start to go over stuff in here. Last time we talked, I don't think anybody really liked what was presented. So I need to get some instruction on where we want to lead with this.
On the first welcome white sign, that would just be museum, my only suggestion is we just did a new town seal, and maybe incorporate that instead of just this blank museum.
Okay.
You have a copy of the new town seal somewhere?
Got a lot of compliments on it.
In the hopes of being harmonious. Again, and same with the dark, the welcome to Hammer, the little museum on there. We just do the town seal
Yeah.
as the image.
This one, in previous discussions with Bud, he said it's best to have a lighter background and a darker lettering. The letters pop more so people can see them a little bit better. So, this was just what I threw in that sign package as a conceptual idea. This wasn't really the true design.
What's the option of maybe the actual brown historic signage?
That would be a
Vanessa.
question for VDOT if they would allow that, since that does signify parkland. They may say, no, you can't use a brown. or at least a brown of their color. I'd have to find that out when we put together the permits.
Hue of our choosing. It's not VDOT brown, but it's still.
Nice.
Me too.
It is, it's very nice.
So the idea would be to replace the courthouse with a seal, essentially.
Correct. That way it has, town of Haymarket, the year and everything else, and yes, the welcome right there, fabulous. But I think that would just be a lot better, more appeasing, more pleasing.
Whatever we want to do, the whole concept here is to try and get a branding of some sort.
Right, and that, seeing
And
how that
since
is
that's
our
the
brand,
new-
that is
yeah.
our seal.
I like it. I like that.
Okay, well, the first one I think is, we all kind of agreed on, so that one's an easy one. The second one, this was just kind of a filler for, I guess, coming northbound on 15. Did you want to use something like this, just flip-flop these colors and put the emblem on?
Yeah, and just instead of that one little courthouse with the.
A little larger to fit a 45-mile-an-hour road. Okay. Now, town buildings, and I guess on the residential area, well, we need to get a little bit more fancier.
No devil horn signs for me, please.
No devil horns. I wish I would have brought my other camera. It died on me. It had pictures of the existing signs we have. I didn't know if you wanted to stick with the existing sign or go with something like this.
The only two in here that I really even like are the two on the far right. And preferably the.
I like the green.
Yeah.
The one below, the yellow sign below it, kind of plain.
Simple and inexpensive.
Yes, it is. But I agree, I don't like the horns.
Yeah, of course.
Comments from the male side? No comments?
No, I don't mind the ram's head. But, well, barring the ram's head, I kind of like the one in the very middle, simply because it has a bottom to it.
Yeah, I like some detail on the
Basically,
bottom.
I mean, you don't have just ignoring the bottom. They have something.
Yeah, so
Happening.
the second choice is the top right. It's got little corners. But yeah, I don't mind the middle one either. So we can at least go with those three.
I like the green because it kind of spreads out. It's not narrow and up and down.
Yeah, it's more landscape than portrait.
Yeah, it looks like it's, I don't know, it just fits a little bit better.
You're going to need a lot of space for the seal, as opposed to just the courthouse. So, yeah, so it's something that gives us more room.
Agreed.
And actually, since the seal is a circle, then having
It would
a
fit.
tighter radius seems like it would fit a little nicer
In that middle.
in the very middle one. I mean, I guess it would do okay also in the middle upper one as well. But,
I don't like the middle upper one. That was just an odd.
Yeah.
so yeah, I think that might do well.
Was it possible to do that middle one in a simulated wood grain?
Yeah, you can do it any way. It's just another checkbox to check on the form, I'm sure.
And do you need the words welcome to? Because if you put the seal, it's going to be larger than what the museum is. Just
So, yeah, we actually would have the word Haymarket twice on there. It'd be up in the
Yeah.
seal, and then it would be Welcome Haymarket.
So what
So what
would
else
you
would
want,
you say?
just welcome?
Haymarket?
Or you put welcome to, then have the seal because Haymarket is on.
Oh.
You could do that
Welcome
too.
Or just welcome?
Well, then
Or
you,
just
then,
welcome.
then you
Yeah, you
almost
could
want to
do
put
just
the,
welcome.
And then on the
With
back,
the seal.
come again.
Y'all
Thank you
come
for your-
back.
Y'all come back now, yeah.
patronage, yeah.
well, then you would almost want,
Because that's how this sign is, it's just welcome.
Yeah.
It's just as simple, so, if you go with one of the other ones, you could just do welcome to, or as well.
yeah,
I
exactly.
kind of like welcome and then the seal.
Well, yeah, how big would the seal be? Because then you'd almost want something that would be kind of like maybe this upper middle sign in reverse, something that acknowledged the.
Well, where would you like welcome
So,
at?
well,
Under
yeah.
the seal, above the seal?
Well, see, I still think the middle one would work with that, just with the welcome and the seal beneath it.
And another
No, I would
thing
have
we
used it. Well, if you put the seal beneath the word "welcome to," then see what I'm saying is that to have the actual sign, the wooden or synthetic wood
Right.
sign, have something to say to the curve.
Understood.
So
Drop the word to and you can reverse it.
And also,
oh, I see.
Jennifer would mention that she would like us to keep in mind building identifier signs as well. So, I'm assuming we will keep these all uniform so it's easily identifiable as well as cheap. It's not exactly expensive because you don't have 20 different signs.
Right.
But
What's kind of the size that we're looking at?
for these signs,
Yeah.
well, the original police sign, like I said, I wish I had my other camera so I could show you those pictures. I think that was like 3 feet by 5 feet, or 4
Yeah, it was
feet,
like-
3 feet by 4 feet.
Sounds about right.
And if you looked at the writing that was on it, that was really small. I mean, you had to practically be on top of the sign.
Well,
Well, and the color was, the contrast was an issue also, was different.
Well,
So-
that's true too.
Yeah. So the two combined were,
yeah, so I mean, if you're looking at just putting welcome on it, I mean, you're going to get a nice bold font that would probably be easily readable, let's go at 25-mile-an-hour speed.
Yeah, I'm worried that we wouldn't be able to see the actual word Haymarket. I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
unless the
the seal
seal's
is-
going to be like, that big around, 3 feet diameter, I don't think you're going to see the word Haymarket on that readily. So in that case, I would lean back towards the seal and yeah, so the word Haymarket's on there twice, that's
Right. And we keep the seal small and just at the top in that bulb, it's that welcome to Haymarket. And with our seal, and so it's on twice. It's our seal, it's our,
right.
Did we want to keep the identifiable script that we have here, the town of Haymarket establishment, ever since we got the seal?
No,
did we
I would
just
actually
welcome
drop
to
that.
Haymarket?
Because you have the town of Haymarket in small print there. You don't need it in small print twice.
Yeah,
Does it have the date on the seal?
It
Yeah.
yes,
does.
it does.
Pull that up.
right there in the bush, right above Virginia.
Yeah.
close.
Well, but
Again, it would be kind of small if we went,
in this one also, and the other thing is, if you put in that small script,
That's why I like this one, I think, better, because I think you're gonna have more space.
right, even the establishment of the town, it's going to be tiny.
Yeah. But you wouldn't necessarily need that.
No, you wouldn't, because it's all,
Yeah, it's all right here, so why not just take that off?
And in
And
that
this-
regard, using the seal at the top and the welcome to Haymarket, I would keep the script of Haymarket. I mean,
You mean the word Haymarket, the larger word Haymarket?
yes.
But then take off the little
The
small.
town,
The
Yeah,
town
the
town
town,
and
uh,
stuff.
That's above and below the
Yeah.
word Haymarket.
But in keeping the font, because that's all part of, because that would be aesthetically
Oh,
pleasing.
yeah.
Okay.
Make that look nice.
Okay. And, town seal. Okay. I'll follow through with these then and coordinate getting some price estimates. The price estimates are pretty good because it's all in one. All we have to do is get the VDOT permit, roadside permit for the sign. Bud said he takes care of everything else, the planting of this, of the posts and everything. Anybody have any questions on this? Anything more? Okay,
On that, no.
and I'll follow through with that. Give you some more details next month. Hopefully I'll have a package.
Is there any way to pull the, going back to the sidewalk in the Old Carolina Bridge, to pull the zoning permit that we approved last month for that lady's fence, just to see where that L comes in and if that is going to be a problem for her?
That's a question for Sherry. Do you have that copy of that COA?
I was typing as you said it, but I didn't really read it. You want to see it right now?
Just to pull it to make sure that when they do this bridge and the west side, because the sidewalk and the extension off of that bridge is going to be on that west side, if the fence that we approved for her is going to come out and make that L, which is parallel to Old Carolina, if that's going to be a problem for her. If there is a big enough of an easement where her L is going to go
Well,
through.
There's not going to be any land, they're not going to have to grab any land from them. I mean,
They're not gonna
there's
condemn
a big
anything,
enough
no.
buffer there.
No, but my only concern, no, so they're not, I'm sure they're not going to condemn and take. But in terms of just, it's a tight space, and building stuff in there is going to be difficult to do.
Right. And if
yeah.
they're going to be ripping stuff up to put a sidewalk in,
Well, they'll probably have to put a retaining wall in there, to tell you the truth, and then the sidewalk will sit on top of the retaining wall. Or,
right, and so, and just in the best interest of our citizen, that we be proactive that, okay, before she starts actually putting funds into building that fence, and if it's going to have to in any way be damaged or
well,
in the,
if any damage is required, it's on her property. The damage is going to be caused by construction, so they're going to have to replace it
Understood.
free of charge. So I don't think she would have any problems with, putting it up now and then having them have to pay for it later.
What are you talking about, this one?
right, and it's this little section right here. Because if the bridge is here, and the sidewalk is going to come down this side and all the way down to here, this little piece may be a problem.
See, I don't think there are any issues.
Now, I
Like
know
I said, it's on
the
her
actual
property, we're not
road,
going to touch her
Jefferson Road
property.
is
or
probably
the construction's not going
here
to touch it,
somewhere,
and if they have to,
and I'm sure
they
there's
want to
quite a
replace
buffer
anything
here.
they damage.
But I don't know what
Yeah,
that
although
is.
in some ways,
And
if
that's
you know
just-
it's
that's
gonna
my
happen,
only
you just
concern
move
for
it
her.
over a foot, you're
Yeah.
done, right? But-
No, I would
But you don't know where that foot is.
Yeah, yeah.
Or having them knock it down.
Knock it down, you're right.
Talking about that. What we talking about?
And it's
Yellow and
just to find out where those buffers are, how much room does she have
I like the
there, and we're
contrast. I
gonna
don't
put
like
that
that.
sidewalk.
I don't like the green.
And I have
Space
paid
on green.
any attention when I've come across that, if they,
They haven't started as of, well, last
Yeah,
week I was
more like-
looking.
like
She hasn't
be
even
like an
said what
ivory
she
or
decided
something
on.
than a true yellow.
The 6 to 4 foot.
well, that's true too.
So we can't see.
Remember,
that.
white background, dark letters,
Yeah.
pops
All right.
better.
Right, well, I mean, that was the problem with the police sign. You got
But maybe it wouldn't be
two
a bad
colors
idea
that
just to
have
contact
zero
her.
contrast to each other.
But she doesn't, she's not responding at all.
You may,
Maybe they're out of town.
Or Sean's trying to.
or call her and say you have some additional information in regards to the expansion of the bridge and the sidewalk that will be going in on the west side of Old Carolina. And we do need some further information in regards to your zoning permit, to make sure you are aware of the changes that are coming to that bridge and your side of that. Just in the best interest of her.
Yeah. Then she can't come back and say, well, nobody told us.
Right,
Now we're gonna have to have it redone.
Well, we kind of forewarned.
right. And I told her that, because I didn't know what side that sidewalk was going to be on. If it's going to be on the east side, then I had to tell my HOA, because then all the landscaping we're building there is going to be an issue. Because I was on the west side, not an issue for my town or my little neighborhood anymore, but it could be an issue for her.
Okay. Any more discussion of the signs required? I think we got just one other thing. I think we got more people liking more of a contrast of having a light dark as opposed to green on green. So I'll see what I can get with Bud. Maybe he can give us a quote on both of them. And once I get the final picture, we can pick.
Sounds good.
And I like the wood grain.
I don't mind the yellow, by the way, it's kind of something you can, see, a nice yellow sign, I mean, white on, green with white, I don't know, it just doesn't, may not pick up.
Okay.
Plus we're trying to get something kind of unique and, that you're going to see in several different places on the town. A yellow and green sign would be a little more unique.
Okay.
For those that live under a rock, Haymarket Day is Saturday. Come out and have fun with the town.
I probably won't be out there.
It'll be out of town.
I'll be in bed at my house.
All right, you got anything else?
I think that's it.
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion.
Second.
Got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we adjourn at 7:40.
Thank you. Sharon, thanks.
Can I turn this off?